Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Laws of Life webcast network. My Legal Advocate starts now. It is brought to you by the law firm of Marecki in Medola. I'm here this morning with founding partner Tim Marecki. How are you doing this morning, Tim?
I'm doing great, Blanca. Thanks. How are you?
I am wonderful, excited to hear what you're going to be teaching our community today. And it's also my distinct honor to welcome to the show John Pastore, the founder of Emergency Info Plan. And Tim, just right off the bat, what has been your vision with your webcast and what inspired you to invite John here today?
Well, Blanca, as you know, every Friday morning we're on this show and we're discussing different types of situations that can occur out there, how to prevent injuries from happening, also what to do in the case when an injury does happen, and just generally trying to get safety messages out to the community so that we can stay safe out there. After meeting John at the Laws of Life networking group, I was extremely inspired by his story. He's got a great idea, and I wanted to get him on the show so he can talk to our audience about it.
That's fantastic. Well, then I'm going to turn it over to you to share and tell us more about John's story.
Hey, John, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks so much for having me here, Tim, and it's great that you sponsor these types of events.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to do it. And I'd like just off the bat to ask you to please share your story with the audience. I know the story. I know it's a very difficult story to tell, but it's the driving force behind your creation of emergency information system, and I think the people would be benefited by hearing it.
Okay, Tim. I'm very pleased to share this story with you. It is hard to tell. I was on a business trip in Vermont. My wife was in New York. She called 911. I wasn't notified until 40 minutes later when my neighbor called me. And when an emergency happens, seconds count. And so you really have to act quickly. Well, I didn't have the opportunity to make sure they got in faster. I didn't have the opportunity to share other information that would have helped a first responder find out. So
yeah,
inspired to help others.
Hindsight being 2020, how would emergency information system have potentially changed that outcome?
Well, what would have happened is we show you how to set your smartphone up to be a really smartphone to alert 911 and your emergency contacts. So I would have been alerted right when she called 911. I could have been there to help out.
Okay, so now how I know people are going to be curious about this. I'm not a very techie person, but can you explain to the audience how exactly this sticker is going to work on your phone?
Well, the sticker is one component, but let me just say one quick thing. The other thing that 911 needs is your vital medical information, and right. They need to know it. So we have a sticker that goes on a phone to show them what goes on, and a sticker that goes on your home and your car to show them basically that you're prepared. Okay? And this talks a little bit to it, and we'll get back to that as we go on.
Okay, and I also know that there's a legal element to this feature as well. How do legal items such as a will, a power of attorney, etc., how are those integrated into the emergency info system?
Well, what we do is we can show them. We have an application for Android phones that we can include some of those documents on. And we use the medical ID that's already on an iPhone. So on that particular iPhone, what we do is the first part is be prepared and make sure that you're notified. The second part is that what you're going to do is you have to make sure those documents are available at a moment's notice. And that's done secondarily from this standpoint. We show people how to do that.
Yeah, that's great.
That is critically important. So all of the legal documents are part of the profile of the user so that their family members can access it?
What happens from that standpoint, if we pull up, first of all, first section is find out how prepared you are. So the first thing they do is take an assessment. And some of those questions relate to whether you have the living wills, the healthcare surrogates established. So that's the first step. Let's make sure you're prepared. The second step is to find somebody who can help prepare those and to do those. The third step is to make them available at a moment's notice. And we have additional programs that can be done where those documents can come up at a moment's notice, no matter where you are. So you can pick them up online, you can provide them to people.
Now, Tim, from what I understand, your company, your law firm also provides and prepares these types of documentation?
Yeah, Blanca, we do. Just a little bit about my background. While, nowadays I am primarily a personal injury lawyer and my firm is a personal injury firm, I have a background as a real estate and estate planning and probate attorney. So we actually we produce those documents. We consult with clients regarding planning their estate and doing their wills and revocable trust. That is part of our practice here. Also, in terms of an injury case, in the catastrophic, event where somebody dies, you have a wrongful death case. Your client, the plaintiff in the wrongful death case, is the estate of the dead victim. Most personal injury firms partner with probate law firms to get those estates set up so that a personal injury case can be pursued. Here at Marecki and Medola, we open the estates here in-house. We're able to offer discounts to clients if it's associated with an injury case. So that's something that we do here.
That's good to know. And what is a healthcare directive?
A healthcare directive it's a legal document where you can, while you're alive and well, you can name a person that's going to make healthcare decisions for you if you're unable to make them for yourself. As opposed to a living will. A living will is a lot of people know it as the do not resuscitate form, where it talks if you're in a vegetative state and there's no hope of you coming back, that kind of thing. So you've got your advanced healthcare directive, you've got your living will, you've got your power of attorney that appoints somebody to act on your behalf and sign documents while you're still alive. That's a whole nother show, Blanca, getting into this these estate planning documents.
What happens if someone doesn't have those documents and they become incapacitated or incompetent after an accident?
It's a problem. I mean, in that case, you're not going to have any say as to what happens to you. The medical providers, the emergency personnel, they're going to follow their own protocols and what they're supposed to do, even if that's against what you would have wanted them to do.
Okay, well, that's very good information to know, and I appreciate you educating us about that. And I think, John, the fact that you integrate highlighting the need for these documents into your software, into your program, what ignited your decision to incorporate that aspect of estate planning?
Well, the estate planning is critical to this, okay? That's part about being prepared. Being prepared in the moment is number one, but being prepared for the event is another. So we're building resources like Tim that can help you be better prepared for life's transitions. And that's where it really comes in, because you need to have a plan.
John, does the emergency info system work with my iPhone and my wife's Android?
Yes, it does. We use the system that's on the iPhone, and we educate people with easy to follow tutorials. We have also developed a program for the Android, and so it can work on either one. And one important point, the information is on the lock screen of the phone. And what that means is that when it's initiated, you can't get into other personal information down below. You can't use face recognition and you can't use fingerprint technology. So you're protected.
That's great. That's great. And how much does this system cost the customer?
We basically provide this to people. What we provide initially is the system's been out here for almost 3 years. And what you have with iPhones, and people still don't know how to put it together. And what we do is we provide the stickers for the car, the home, and for the phone. And those stickers are very inexpensive. Anybody can do this. They cost for a family pack $12.99. They cost for a single pack $7.99. You take the assessment so you can determine how prepared you are, and it's less than that. But today, because of Tim's sponsorship of this program, we're going to give away 25 packets of stickers to those people who go to emergencyinfoplan.com. You could pull that up right now, that 1 second slide, Blanca, maybe they could see it. Okay. So what you do is you go to emergencyinfoplan.com and you visit that. You take 2-minute emergency preparedness assessment just to see how prepared you are. You enter the code, Marecki Medola, and at checkout, and they're free. And they're free because of the sponsorship of this program. And
well, thank you very much for that, John. And thanks for coming on the show. And thank you for doing everything that you're doing to keep our community safe in case of emergency. I hope everybody visits John to get more information at emergencyinfoplan.com.
Thank you.
Well, thank you both. This has been such an informative show, and I love how, you know, worlds come together. This is really powerful. And I want to thank you, Tim, for sponsoring the networking, and thank you, John, for your generosity of creating a code just for Marecki and Medola that Tim can share with the entire Laws of Life networking group. So if you're watching, I'm just going to show it one more time. Go to John's website, Emergency Info Plan. You can scan the QR code right now. Just take a picture of that QR code. Take the 2-minute emergency assessment and enter the code Marecki Medola. And the first 25 people will get a checkout for a free emergency alert sticker pack. So that is amazing. Thank you so much, John, for your generosity. And thank you, Tim. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody every Tuesday at the Laws of Life networking group. Tim is there. John is there. I also do want to remind everyone that Tim is still providing his complimentary review of the auto insurance policy every week. You want to just remind us, Tim, why that is important?
Yes, Blanca, we encourage anyone to send us your car insurance policy for a free review by a qualified car accident lawyer. What I found in my practice doing this for many years down here in Florida is the vast majority of Floridians are grossly uninsured and underprotected in the event that they get into a car accident. So send us those policies and let us give you some free advice.
Amazing. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to My Legal Advocate. We'll be here every Friday at 10:30. And if you have an issue that creates community safety, just like John Pastore at emergencyinfoplan.com, please write to us, email us, and we'd love to feature you and your safety initiative. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.